Let's go look at Mother Nature's identity crisis right now. The grass is brown, dormant, dry as a bone, and the frickin' leaves are falling off the trees. First time ever. First time ever in my life I've seen that. The grass is dormant. In the summertime, the grass is dormant in my area. I live in the Pacific Northwest. You can see the grass, dry, brown, very dry, and dormant. So there's two different types of grass for different parts of the country. You know, you got the South, the southern United States, like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, Kentucky, Tennessee. Those grasses are warm season grasses, like a tropical grass, and those grow in the summer really good. They like warmer temperatures. They do not like cooler temperatures. And the grass grows dormant there in the South in the winter time, and does not like snow, does not like temperatures below 45 degrees. The grass can actually die off if it freezes for too long down in the South. And that type of grass is like Bermuda grass, St. Augustine grass, and it's like a thatch, it's like a fabric. The grass is just different there. Here in the Pacific Northwest, the grass likes cooler weather, milder weather, and it does not like hot weather. So it goes dormant in the summertime, and it also can go dormant in the wintertime too when there's a lot of snow on the ground. It can go brown. In my area, that's only happened a couple times, where it starts going brown in the wintertime. And that's usually when it's very cold out. We don't have a lot of cold winters here, at least in my area in the Pacific Northwest. But the roots are very fragile at this transition period of the grass being dormant and going, starting to be in its growing season again. And my grass is like fescue, ryegrass, bluegrass, and it likes the milder temperature. It doesn't like the hot temperature, so it goes dormant in the summertime. And if it's a really harsh drought, the grass can actually die out, just like the warm season grass. You know, if it gets too cold or if it freezes, the grass can die out, and it can be a mass casualty event. You know, I don't know if my grass is really going to grow back this year. It's already starting to show a little bit of signs of life in it already. You can tell if the grass is dead or dormant. The difference between those two is if you water it a couple times, and if it gets flimsy and it starts growing a little teeny bit green, it's not gonna like spruce back to life like green, but just give it a little bit of water every once in a while, and that'll keep it going. But water's so expensive, you have to dump a lot of water on grass to keep it green this time of year, and it has to be just the right type of grass and the right type of soil. You can see all the grass in my neighborhood. Most of the parks are all brown. There's a few parks that have green grass, but they just dump so much water and fertilizer, and there's a lot of care trying to, it has to have the right soil, the right type of grass, and just lots of maintenance on grass that's green this time of year in my area in the summertime. And the roots are really fragile this time of year, so that's why you haven't seen me dig holes in grass, like especially with my shovel. I haven't carried my shovel around with me in a month and a half, because you can kill the grass. It's very fragile right now. The root system is very fragile, and the root system is very shallow. In the summertime, the root system is very shallow, and even the wintertime too. In the wintertime, the roots are very shallow too. In the fall and the spring in my area, with the cool season grass, the temperate grass, the in the spring and the fall, the grass roots are very deep, and it's hard to make brown spots. But if I try to dig a hole in this grass right here, which is almost impossible because the ground is hardened concreted soil, it's clay here, and if I try to dig a hole there, that grass will die. It will die. That grass will not grow back in that plug. And that's the reason why I have not been hunting in the parks with the dry grass, because the grass just dies out. You know, the grass won't grow back there. And it's too late now to seed, because the grass is still dormant, and it's going to be frosting here in the next few weeks. You know, usually you want to have about at least 45 days of no frost to plant seed in my area, in the Pacific Northwest here. And there's a little bit of differences between grasses there, but you know, you don't want to kill the grass. That's the last thing I want to do. And even if I do test plugs right now, like in some drier parks, it may look fine right now, but I come back next week and there'll be a big spot of dead grass, right? That grass will not grow back there, and that spot will be there for a long time. It'll be there for probably a couple years before it grows back. So I've made mistakes. You know, I make mistakes every once in a while, especially in the early summer. You know, knowing when to stop digging in the grass. That transition period of going into dormancy is just as fragile. Those root systems are very fragile, and you can kill a patch of grass if you dig a plug. So, you know, and every area is different. You know, once you learn your area and you make a few mistakes, like I've made lots of mistakes. You know, killing plugs of grass happens to everybody, and every season is kind of different. So you just got to kind of feel it out. Go back to spots where you've hit. If you're hunting in parks, you know, a lot of people hunt in parks in my area. If you're hunting fields, not a problem, right? Fields are not a problem killing the grass, because in the parks they maintain it and they mow it and they fertilize it and they thatch it and they spray weed killers and stuff on it, and they just spend a lot of effort maintaining the grass in the parks. And you know, I don't want to kill the grass. You know, I want to keep on detecting the parks. You know, so this is really weird, man. This dormant grass, and the leaves are starting to fall. Right over there, the leaves are starting to fall. Over here, a lot of leaves fell off last week, and you can see the leaves falling off the trees right now. Just crazy. Just bizarre summer, man. Hopefully it rains in the next couple weeks, so the ground will soften up, so I can start metal teching again. Well, thank you for watching.